So check this out, guys. I get a call from Gig Red, and the lady says she's on the phone with the previous customer, the customer that didn't come out after I waited 5 minutes. And so after the 5 minutes ran out, the app told me to return the food back to the store. That was the second one of the night. So when this lady called me from Gig Red and said that she had this individual on the other line, I told her, don't waste my time. I said, I don't have time. What do you want? That's how I talked to him. Because see, what they done, y'all, they didn't created so many, they didn't created loopholes after loophole after loophole that now nobody knows what's going on. They create all this type of confusion and distraction. It's all done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? All, like somebody said a long time ago on YouTube, they could stop all the crime. They could stop all this stuff from going on. I once mentioned to you guys how if they wanted to stop theft on the gig apps, all they would have to do is simply have every single customer have to give the driver a 4-digit password to get the food. If the driver don't get that 4-digit password within 5 minutes, then nobody's accountable and the customer still gets charged. So why they don't just solve something that an 8-year-old could solve? Because they ain't trying to solve the problem. That's why. It's all about creating confusion and distractions to harvest energy. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to leave a nania link. I think this is a good time. I've been thinking about her a lot lately. I'm going to leave a nania link about them causing trauma to harvest chemicals from our brain, whether it has to do with fear or anger, stuff like that. We know that these lower entities feed off our emotions. So they have to create all this confusion and anger and distractions to get a rise out of you. You see what I'm saying? Why? That's why when people sell out for money, I don't understand, because do you fucking idiots, do you actually think that this shit is really about money down here? If you do, you're a fucking idiot. That's why I don't understand why people sell out for money. It's not about money. It's about currency, energy, which they equate with money, but it's really about harvesting the chemicals from your brain, which I'm going to leave a nania link. So my whole thing, when this lady from Gig Red calls me on the phone, it's like, how do you not know what the app told me to do? Take it back. And how is the customer? And remember, y'all, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm like, wait a minute. Usually when the 5 minutes run out, they tell me just leave the food and take a photo. So why is tonight they telling me take the order back to the restaurant? What that means to me, like, they have a cash on delivery thing going with Gig Red too, which I don't even understand. Why would they even have such a thing? Why would you have a cash on delivery? Why are you trying to get drivers robbed or something? You trying to create more problems, right? So maybe there are no drivers out today, and they're giving me cash like on demand orders, whereas the customer is not even coming out and paying the driver. But actually, I don't think that's the reason. But I don't know why the reason is, y'all. Why is it that at first they will say leave the food, take a photo when the 5 minutes run out, but tonight they're saying take the food back to the restaurant? Because if the customer paid for the food, if they paid for the food, why am I taking the food back to the restaurant? And if they didn't pay for the food, why am I being dispatched to these locations? And then if they see all that is going on, if they see the transaction actually didn't go through for some reason, then why is this lady from Gig Red calling me on the phone bothering me when she could simply see that for herself? Shouldn't she be able to see that on her own screen, that I had to take the food back to the restaurant, that I'm not accountable to give the customer the food? So this customer calls Gig Red. What is the customer expecting? If the app told me to take the food back to the restaurant, obviously he didn't pay for it. So what is he expecting when he calls them? And why are they trying to put me on a 3-way? I said, I don't got no time. Don't waste my time. I just did what the app said. I don't have time. And then she said, okay, it was nothing she could say. Goodbye. So why are you calling me? How can you not figure that out before y'all calling me? Doesn't make sense, don't it? Check out the link, y'all. They definitely harvesting chemicals from my brain. Peace.